Hello guys, it's the Lego Link here and welcome back to another video. In today's Lego review, we're taking a look at one of my most anticipated sets of all time, the Lego Legend of Zelda Great Deku Tree 2-in-1 set, which is set 77092. This set includes 2,500 pieces and 4 minifigures, retailing for $300 and released in 2024. So the first ever set released based on the Legend of Zelda series. And if you guys didn't know, we started out this channel making Lego Zelda mocks. So to have a real Lego Zelda set come out is kind of makes this channel come full circle. I just can't believe that only 6 years later or 5 years when this set actually came out, there's actually just a real Lego Zelda set. So it's gonna be fun to actually just build this up and finally have official Lego Zelda. And yeah, this is based off both Breath of the Wild. As you can see by the front of the box, we have the Breath of the Wild Great Deku Tree. On the back of the box, we can see the Ocarina of Time Deku Tree, and we'll be building both of them in this video to show them off. There's some play features and details we'll look at later, and the dimensions. Looks like it's a pretty big build. So yeah, I can't wait to build this, finally have a real Lego Link. Yep, that's what the channel is named after. And yeah, let's get this set open. So yeah, on the side of the box you can see Link's house from Ocarina of Time. And we can open this up pretty easily. Well, the knife wants to cut it, but let's open this up and see how many bags and stuff there are. So here's the instruction manual, very thick. One side has the Breath of the Wild one, the other has the Ocarina of Time, and I'll just quickly figure out how much bags there are. So I think there's 23 bags in total, but the weird thing about this set is, you can see on this page you split up between models, and for each model you use different bags. Let me find like the page. So there's some page where you use like same bags and pieces and stuff, because I think you use some of the same bags for each of the models, but you can see for like this one, at a certain point, there's one where you have to dump out like a couple of bags, but I don't remember where it was. It's somewhere back here. But yeah, it's a pretty big model. The first minifigure in the set is Young Link from Ocarina of Time. And it's just so cool to finally have a real life Lego Link figure. Yep, that's what the channel is named after. But this is a great figure. I really love the torso print with the belt buckles and stuff. It captures what he looks like in game perfectly. And he also has dual mode arms, short sleeve, which look great. He comes with this sword piece, which has been used in a lot of other figures, but works well for the Kokiri sword. And we do have a exclusive print for the Deku shield, which looks great. Then he does use his little skirt piece for his pants, and then his legs are dual molded with boots, and then it shows a bit of his leg as well. So very cool, really well detailed. And then this head mold, we have of course his yellow hair that parts in the middle, and his pointy ears, and then his iconic green hat, all one molded piece, which is a great looking piece. So cool to have that. And then his face, we have a more determined look on one side, and then a happy look on the other side. So we also get Adult Link from Ocarina of Time, and this is another great figure. Some nice torso printing as well, a bit different from Young Link, but a bit of white showing there, but it looks great. Again, dual mode arms with white and green. He has some brown gloves. Then this awesome ocarina molded piece. They even put the holes in, and then yeah, you can hold it in the hand. It has a stud connection, which is good. And yeah, you can kind of like put it to his mouth and play it, which very, very cool piece. They did a lot of great molds in this set for Zelda, and I hope that means there will be more in the future to come with this. But yeah, some dual mold legs as well, with some white and green, just really good at capturing his design. Same headpiece as Young Link, but works still. And on one side of the face, we have a kind of happy, smile, determined face, and the other side has a screaming when he's in battle face, which looks great. So we also get Breath of the Wild Link in the set, and he has, of course, his champion torso. Looks pretty much exactly how it does in the game, even with the belts and stuff that come with. He gets his sword and his bow. Of course, he has dual molded arms with light blue and white. Then he comes with this nice sword piece, which I believe has been in a few other sets for like a traveler's sword. Then he gets this nice shield, which I forgot the name of, but it has a great print with like the dragon and stuff. And yeah, he has back printing as well, which looks great. He even has a Triforce in the back there. He has great dual molded legs with the nougat color there, and then the tan and a bit of the blue with some more belts and stuff. I really love his hairpiece. They made it like this golden color, which looks great. Of course, his iconic pointy ears and that ponytail, it just looks awesome. The only thing I don't really like too much is how they kind of just reuse the same face as Ocarina of Time Adult Link for Breath of the Wild. Now, don't get me wrong, they look pretty similar, but I feel like they could have just done a separate print for the faces instead of reuse. Unfortunately, we only get 4 minifigures in this set, and I really hope we get more in the future with more Zelda sets. But the last one, of course, is Zelda. You can't have a Zelda set without Zelda herself, and this is the Breath of the Wild Zelda. She includes, of course, her champion torso with just really good gold printing, even on like the white parts. It just looks so good. Again, dual molded arms, a very good print for the Sheikah slate, which is great. Some dual molded legs for her boots. And then I really love this hairpiece of hers, this same color as the Ocarina of Time Links, but I just really love how it's so wavy at the back and like the braids. It's just a excellent hairpiece. And then of course she has like a little smile on one face, and on the other side is a closed eyes face when she's using her powers or whatever. But overall, just a great figure for Zelda. So another character we get in this set is Hestu. I guess he can count as a character, but he's not really a minifigure. He has made out of a bunch of tan pieces, but they captured his shape really well with a bunch of slope pieces. They even have like a little tail at the back. He also has his maracas, which he uses in the game, and they actually have pieces inside, so you can shake it and you can kind of hear they make the maracas sound. I think they captured his face really well with like the leaf mouth and then the eyes there. And of course he has some branches at the top with some leaves, which he does have in the game, and overall just looks really good. Even though his little stubby feet there, it's a really good interpretation of him in Lego. So the first build in the set that you make is the Link's house from Ocarina of Time. And this is a great little build here. We have a nice little design for the trunk using a lot of these dark tan pieces, dark gray, all gray pieces that you'll see with the Deku tree. But there is a little ladder there that goes up to the balcony. We actually have this nice printed sign that says "It's a secret to everybody," an iconic line from Zelda. And we also get Navi, which has a nice little print for the wings and stuff. Little float there, they make them float with this nice pole. And we actually get these green and yellow pieces here, which you can swap out for the blue piece that you originally put on her. And it represents different stages of Navi. So if we take that off, we can put the green on. That's when she's signaling there's something to like get, like a chest, or there's something that's you're supposed to do. And then yellow is when you're Z targeting. So I really love how they're able to capture every detail of that, and they're really focused on getting all the details they could with this, and I'm glad they included that as a small little reference. So at the back of this house, we do have this little crate filled with Easter eggs and goodies from Ocarina of Time. So in the crate, we do have a magic jar and a red potion. We get this nice little hookshot design, pretty cool. We get a bomb, of course, one of the most iconic Zelda items. Compass, which is in the dungeons, and then, of course, the Hylian shield, another iconic Zelda weapon slash item in the game. And this is an exclusive shield mold. Looks really good. You can use it on any of the links, but just looks very good overall. So glad they included that as a little Easter egg, and yeah, it's all just hidden in the basement of Link's house. But yeah, on top of Link's house, we do have the ladder going up. We have a little balcony here, of course, where he comes out in the beginning part of Ocarina of Time. And yeah, just continuing that nice little tree design all around. In the back here, we do have a little bed where he wakes up, a little curtain there that leads outside. And then on top, we have this nice design for like a cut-off log. Overall, great design for Link's house. So we also get the Master Sword pedestal. This is based off the one from Breath of the Wild, and it is pretty cool. It's on this black little raised area. And yeah, we just have a bunch of foliage, and we use this nice little aqua piece for the water that you see. I really love these like plants that use these nice little fern pieces. There's some in lime, also some that use dark green. We have a little spot here where you can place Hestu if you'd like. Yeah, just a lot of flowers around, but they also include some stuff from Breath of the Wild, like this is a Silent Princess with that light blue flower there, and there's a few more over here. We have an orange mushroom here, which is an Endura shroom, and these are actually named in the instruction manual, so I'm not making them up. And then we do have the Hylian shroom, one of the first food items you get, and then the hardy radish there. Pretty nice design for all of those. But of course, we have the Master Sword pedestal, and it has a triangular design here. There's 3 of these like little raised up podiums on the sides, and then yeah, we have a little triangle shape here with some used by some of the hinge pieces, and then another smaller triangle in the middle with a snot technique there. And yeah, of course, it's supposed to symbolize the Triforce, which is one of the main symbols in the game. And then we have this nice little slot here for where the sword sits, as used by some of these tile pieces and float pieces here. So yeah, the sword kind of just sits in there. It does move around a bit, so it does feel a bit slanted at some points, but it is probably my favorite mold of the set. It's just so good. They have the iconic purple handle with the like stuff that comes out. We have like a diamond there, and the blade even has the Triforce on it, and it's like this nice light blue. Just looks so amazing. I just can't believe that this is actually a real mold, and it just looks so good. And you can use it both for Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time Link. So, before you build either the Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild of Deku Tree, you build something that you can build off both. So this is like a template, and then you come from this, at this point of the build, you choose whether you want to build Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time. I think we're going to do Breath of the Wild first, but we'll just kind of look around the build now to see how it looks without anything. Again, there's a lot of water pieces, which I mean, it makes it a little inaccurate for Ocarina of Time where there's no water. It heavily leans toward Breath of the Wild with this template, but it still looks pretty good. I really like these like tan pieces for the path here. And we do have more of those same plants and stuff from the Master Sword pedestal. We have Endura shroom, Hylian shroom, some more Silent Princesses around, hardy radish, and then of course all these different thorn pieces around. I really love these heart pieces that are in green that are used for like grass that's raised up, and yeah, there's just a bunch of grass and foliage all around. It just really livens up the area, and yeah, it looks really good. And of course, the Deku Tree base, we have the entrance here, which is where the mouth will go on Ocarina of Time, and some other pieces will go for Breath of the Wild. And then we have these nice little curved pieces here using these big all green pieces. I guess that one's a bit loose for some reason, but they're just kind of attached by some curved pieces, and it looks great. On the side here, we have some more of those big shield or big pieces here. Just a lot of big pieces, and yeah, it just uses those same colors as Link's house. And then as we go up, we do have some more nice slope pieces, some snot bricks and all of that. And yeah, it's just there's nothing really going on with the tree yet, since we haven't really chosen one. But inside you can see some foliage hanging down. And yeah, it's just pretty empty for now because there's nothing in here yet. Of course, we haven't built anything, so yeah, that's what you do before you start building either the Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild one. So now we're gonna build the Breath of the Wild one first, and off of Ocarina of Time. And yeah, but also we do have these connections here, which is where you can connect the pedestal to, and they blend in really seamlessly. But that's only for the Breath of the Wild one, and we'll get back to that later because there's actually some extra stuff we'll have to add to the Master Sword pedestal. But anyways, yeah, let's go build the Breath of the Wild one now. Alright, so here is the Breath of the Wild model, and it's a beautiful model for the Deku tree, but we'll take a look at more of it in depth soon. But there is some changes made to the Master Sword pedestal, which is supposed to connect to this version, so let's take a look at that first. So as you can see, we have some trees added, which there's a lot of trees in the Korok forest. And these are great models. They're just connected by some snot bricks, and yeah, they have a lot of these green leaves connected to these like tail pieces or whatever that serve as branches, and it just looks really good. They're really good tree models. And then the stumps or structure of the tree has some nice printed pieces and detailing as well that make it look great. And one thing I like about these trees is that in the top there's some actually hidden details. So there's actually, if we take this off, an acorn on the top of this tree, which in the game you can get an acorn from the trees if you like break them down. It's like a small chance of getting them. And then you also can get this tree also has an acorn in it, so it's pretty much the same. But again, just lovely tree models which look really good, and like the trees you see in the Lost Woods. But yeah, the main area for the Deku tree has some small changes. I think there is some plants and stuff added, like these small little trees here. And we also of course have the big trees, and this one has similar design to the last tree with the nice leaves and stuff like that. But then we also have a bird's nest in the tree with an egg, which is another reference to the game because you can also find bird nests and get eggs from those. We also have a Korok here, and it's a really cute little model holding the cherries. And then we have a nice printed piece for the leaf of the face, and it just looks really cute and accurate to the game. And yeah, there's some small flowers added. I believe these orange and white flowers are added just to make it look more lively. You also have to add a Hestu on this model, so he goes there. You can put him next to the Master Sword. We have another one of these smaller trees here, and then another big tree here with the bird egg there. But yeah, let's take a look more at the model for the Great Deku tree. So most of the bottom is the same as it was with the default, where you choose to go in between, but we do have these added legs or roots coming out, and they look amazing. They're connected by some hinges and like Technic pieces. You can kind of see it there, and they kind of rest on these tiles, and they look really good. We have really good sloping and tiling. It just looks super smooth, and it looks like the branches are coming out of him and kind of supporting the tree up. They create this like nice archway inside. So yeah, we have this another little bit of a bigger, chunkier one here that goes up taller, and then a more thin one similar to this on that side. They all good. We even have a printed stump piece up there just for extra detail. But yeah, we also have a pathway in here with a few pieces, and if we rotate the model around, we'll find that there is a fully detailed inside, which is amazing. So we have a bed here using some blue turquoise pieces and other brown pieces to make it look like it's made from like leaves and stuff. It's a really cute design for a bed. And yeah, it's a reference to how in the game you can actually sleep in the Deku tree or around it. There's like an inn nearby, which is pretty cute. And then we have this little pumpkin here. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. And then we have, of course, a cooking pot where you can cook your food and stuff in the game, which is cute. Another great detail. And then on the other side, we have the shop. So we have the Korok right here. It's another new design, different piece for the leaf, which is good. And he's holding a stem, so that's neat. And he's selling a few different mushrooms. Some of them we've already talked about before. But we do have some new types, which is the iron shroom here. And then this brown one back here is the razor shroom. Glad to see they're trying to do as much of the models or items from the game as they can. And hopefully in the future, if they do more sets like this, there'll be more additions in items from the game. But yeah, there's also some hidden details. If you take off the side here, you'll see there is a pedestal where you can place the Sheikah slate from Princess Zelda there. So that's a neat little Easter egg. And then if you go to the other side here, it's probably one of my favorite Easter eggs in the set. We can see two more Sheikah pedestals with the blue minifigure head and like a blue Minecraft head. These are actually the remote bombs you get in the game. You get both square and circle, which is a great detail, like how they're kind of referencing those runes, and it's just awesome to see them mentioned and acknowledged here. But yeah, you might see up here, there is like a little thing poking out, and it actually moves up and down, and this is actually for the face. So yeah, the structure you can see has a nice little slanted pattern going up. We have these like hinged plates here on the sides for the bark, and then we can see the face here. So yeah, the face has excellent detail shaping. We have like the nose here, a lot of hinges and curved pieces to create the slanted look. We has a like mustache with the branches coming off the sides. We have the eyes, which use like little hat pieces, which is neat. And then of course the eyebrows, and they have cherry blossoms on the sides growing out of it. And then the mouth, of course, if you take the thing at the back and push it up and down, you can actually open and close the mouth, and also move the eyebrows as well, so you can make him look like he's talking. Like, hey, subscribe to the Lego link. Even the Deku tree wants you to subscribe. But yeah, really neat feature, really funny to play with, and you can recreate the scenes where the Deku tree is talking to Link in the game. So at the top, we probably have the best part of the model, which is the tree branches. They all have the same exact design with the leaves and how the branches are made with these nice little green pieces, but they're all rotated differently to make them look random. And I just really love the pink coloring of the cherry blossom leaves. Just looks super good, and it looks exactly like how he does in the game. So beautiful. These branches just look so good. Just the pink coloring just pops out so well, and it just looks beautiful from afar. And then up top, we have like the top of the tree with kind of like the jagged edges and stuff, which is neat. And then if we rotate on the back, we can see there is a little area up top, which there actually is in the game. So I don't know where it is. Let me just... Okay, well, there's supposed to be a third Korok on this pedestal. Seems like I misplaced him, unfortunately. If I find him before the end of the video, I'll show him off. But we have some nice flowers here, an apple, which you have to like place apples at some points to give the Koroks to appear, so that's another little reference. We have this nice little plant here, and of course the fairy, because I believe in the game you find the fairy at the top of the tree, so it's another reference there. Same pieces as Navi though. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much the entirety of the Breath of the Wild version of the tree, which looking great from afar. But yeah, that's the entirety of the Breath of the Wild version. It's just a great little model for the tree, really accurate to the game, nice features, Easter eggs, stuff like that. Well, let's go take a look at the Ocarina of Time version now. here is the Ocarina of Time version of the Deku tree. And again, it's a very incredible model, lots of great detail, and it has slightly changed from the version of the tree that we saw last, so let's go a more in-depth look at it. So compared to the Ocarina or Breath of the Wild version, there's a lot less trees and foliage and stuff in the Ocarina of Time version. We do have some flowers and stuff that are added, but mostly they focus on the monsters. So we have two of these, I forget the name, Deku something. I'll try and remember them, but I'll get back to them when I remember the name. But we also have the Deku Tree Sprout, which is a really cool inclusion. Comes after Link beats the Forest Temple. Pretty nice looking model, lots of smooth pieces. I like all the plants coming out, his little arms. I really love how they printed his face on this nice round disc. It looks really good. And then I think I remember the name, Deku Baba is their name. So they're on a little hinge so they can move around. Their mouths can also open and close like it does in the thing, and yeah, it's pretty cool, neat little model. I hope to see more enemies made from the Zelda games, like bokoblins from Breath of the Wild would be neat. A lot of potential if they continue this series. Another neat little Easter egg is the Sheikah Stone, or I forget the actual name of it, but it's something that gives you like tips or the time of day. Small little build, choosing a lot of these cheese loaf pieces, but we do have this exclusive printed tile of the Sheikah eye and like little mouth there. Pretty cool. And then, like in the last build, we have some secrets on the sides. So if we pull off the side here on the left, we have a song thing on like a stone. So in the game, you play the ocarina and the song notes appear in yellow and all that. So I don't know if there's a specific song for this. It could be the Song of Storms or other songs that keep going up. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't think they're trying to make a specific song, but neat little Easter egg there for one of the main aspects of the game. And we do have a nice number of roots and stuff protruding from the tree, which looks really neat. And then on the other side, take it off, we get the bow, and the three colors there are the three types of the arrows: fire, ice, and light arrow. So that's another pretty neat reference. So the actual face of the tree looks really good, really similar to the one you see in the game. So it has this nice little mustache, which is attached by some clips. Looks really good. And then we have the big nose protruding from it. And then they use the same pieces as the last tree for the eyes with those hats. And then we have the big eyebrows covering the eyes. It just looks really good and accurate. And then we have some similar sloping as the last tree on the side, using some hinges and stuff. And then we can go up on the tree to see the leaves. So up on top, we can see all the leaves. They actually use the same type of leaf structure as the trees from the Breath of the Wild version, which is neat. And the branches are the same design as the Breath of the Wild branches. But it just looks really good. There's a lot of just green leaves, which makes it look really vibrant and alive at the top. And they all come outstretched in different places. It just looks really good and like a tree. And then we have some extra branches attached to this centerpiece here, which is pretty similar to the last one. And then yeah, it comes out at the top here, so we have some branches near the middle of the build as well. It just looks really good all around. They did a really good job with the branches on both versions. This has a cool feature with the axis of the inside. So you can see here we have his mouth here, and it actually opens up pretty smoothly, so it kind of stays up straight, and then it smoothly rolls down, lands on these tiles here, provides a nice ramp for him to get in. It's pretty much exactly how it looks when you enter the tree in the actual game. So inside the Deku tree, we can see how this function works. So this thing here is on some rails. So when you pull it back, it pulls the front down. which slides against the walls with these little tiles, or I don't know, brackets there, and it kind of just falls down until it hits the tiles and it can't move any further out. Pretty neat feature. And then we have some little plants here. We have a torch in the corner, which you light the Deku sticks on to do some puzzles in this. And then we also have a chest here, and inside the chest we have the berry slingshot, which you get in his dungeon in the game. So yeah, and we have a spider web up here, which in the game there is spiders kind of infesting him. And speaking of spiders, jump scare. Yeah, there's a pretty neat feature with the skull tool we'll get or take a look at in a bit, but this skull tool build is pretty great. They use a lot of orange or yellow and gold pieces for the legs, and then we have this nice printed piece for the actual skull. Just looks really good. And how this thing works is if we go up, so as you can see up here, we have this little gear, and if you pull the gear up, it will bring the spider up, and then you put this notch down, which stops the wheel that brings the spider up from falling down. And then when you move it again, it should fall down. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. Let's try that again. We'll just bring it up, set this down, and then I don't know why it's not working like it's supposed to. But basically, when you take this off, it will supposed to drop it down. I don't know why. It was working before, so. But yeah, it's a pretty neat feature. It's exactly like how in the game where they just kind of jump at you from the ceiling, and then there he goes. Now it's working. So yeah, I don't know if I think he's just getting stuck on something. That's probably what's going on, but it's just a really cool feature there, and I love how they captured that movement from the game. So overall, this set is a dream come true for me. This channel would not have started if I didn't start making Zelda mocks, and it wouldn't have been here today making the set if I didn't start it back then. So it's just so surreal to finally have a Zelda set person with so many great details. They never used any stickers in the set. They had printed everything. They made sure to include a bunch of references and Easter eggs and items from games and stuff, and enemies, and just really cool molded shields, swords, ocarinas. It's just, and the trees, the models look so good. They have lots of good play features, interiors, just a great design all around. There's nothing to really complain about this set, except that I want more Zelda sets. So I hope that we have more Zelda sets in the future. If I had one thing to say, is that this set's probably a bit too expensive for its piece count, and it's kind of unfortunate that you can't build both models at once. Just have a lot of extra pieces lying around and stuff, but that doesn't mean that's the point of the set. You choose one to build, and I'm probably gonna stick with this one for now, but maybe change it out in the future. But yeah, I just really hope we get more Zelda sets in the future. This has been a great set, and we need to see some sets based on other games besides these two. So hopefully we'll see that in the future. Let's hopefully we're lucky and get more. And yeah, I'll probably just give this set a 10 out of 10 rating. It's probably the perfect set, one of my favorites, if not my favorite set of all time now. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next review. Goodbye!